Good morning, students. Om Namah Shivaya. 7th Standard Science, 3rd chapter. Let's continue from remaining part. Activity 3.5. Collect pieces of silk cloth of various type. As we already see that Tassar, Muga, Kosa, etc. the type of silk. So you have to collect the silk cloth with different types and test them in your scrapbook. You can find them in a tailor shop among the heap of waste cut pieces. Tailor is having much more type of clothes, and within that cut piece you will have the type of silk. In India, women are significantly involved in various kind of industries related to silk production. These are rearing of silkworm, reeling of silk from cocoons, and processing of raw silk into fabrics. Women are involving in all these activities. By their enterprise, they contribute to the nation's economy. By doing so, they are contributing nation's economy. China leads the world in silk production. China leads the world. That means China is the first in the world in silk production. India also ranks among the leading silk producing countries. इंडिया का भी तो इसमें नंबर आ जाता है. Take help of your mother, aunt or teacher and identify the types of silk such as mulberry silk, tussar silk, eri silk, muga silk. These are the types of silk which you come to know with the help of your mother, grandmother or teacher. Compare the texture of this silk with that of the artificial silk piece. You will see in next standard, in 8th standard, that man-made fiber is rayon is a single fiber which looks exactly like artificial silk. Then you have to compare this silk clothes with artificial silk piece which contains synthetic fiber, in which synthetic fiber is present. Try and collect pictures of different moth whose caterpillars provide the various type of silk. For different type of silk, different moth are cultivated. You try to collect it. Its pictures. Activity 3.6. Take an artificial, that is synthetic silk thread and pure silk thread. Burn these threads carefully. Did you notice any difference in the smell while burning? Whenever anything is burning, it gets some smell. Then what is the difference between the smell of artificial thread and natural silk thread? Now burn a woolen fiber carefully. Did it smell like burning of artificial silk or that of pure silk? So if you are taking woolen fiber, wool is also natural fiber, so that the smell of woolen fiber and pure silk will be same. Can you explain why? I already explained you that because both of them are natural fibers. To remember when the cocoon stage is reached in the life history of the silk moth, try the following activity. Whenever moth reach at cocoon stage, you have to perform this activity. Try to perform. फोटोकॉपी फिगर 3.9, जो फिगर 3.9 आपको दिया है उसका एक जेरोक्स निकलवाओ. कट आउट पिक्चर्स ऑफ द स्टेजेस ऑफ लाइफ हिस्ट्री ऑफ सिल्क मोथ and paste them on pieces of cardboard or chart paper. Jumble them. Now try to arrange the stages in the correct sequence in cyclic form. Whoever does it fastest wins. This is the activity. You may also describe the life history in your own words. Write it down in your scrapbook. Next is from cocoon to silk. As you have given that you have to study the life cycle of silkworm from cocoon to silk. For obtaining silk, moths are reared and their cocoons are collected to get silk thread. Moths are reared and then it is developed into cocoons, and these cocoons are collected to get silk thread. Now we'll study the process. Rearing silkworm. A female silk moth lays hundreds of eggs at a time. Figure 3.10a. The eggs are stored carefully on strips of cloth or paper and sold to silkworm farmers. These eggs are sold to silkworm farmers. Now the farmers keep eggs under hygienic conditions and under suitable conditions like temperature and humidity. Because if condition is suitable, then and only then the eggs are hatched or the eggs are developed. The eggs are warmed to a suitable temperature for the larva to hatch from eggs. This is done when mulberry trees, this is figure 3.10b, mulberry trees bear a fresh crop of leaves. Whenever fresh crop of leaves are bearing on mulberry tree, at that time this process is going on. The larvae called caterpillars of silkworm eat day and night and increase enormously in size like this. These are the caterpillars or larvae feeding on mulberry leaves. Okay, and the next is cocoon. Let us understand. The larvae are kept in clean bamboo trays along with freshly chopped mulberry leaves. Much more freshly chopped mulberry leaves are given to larvae and they are putting in bamboo tray. After 25 to 30 days, they are eating night and day mulberry leaves only. After 25 to 30 days, the caterpillars stop eating and move to a tiny chamber of bamboo in the tray to spin cocoons. After 25 to 30 days, they stop eating and move to tiny chambers of bamboo. Bamboo की छोटी छोटी chambers में चले जाते हैं which are in already situated in the tray. That means the trays are being made specially designed and there larvae are spinning cocoons. Figure 3.10d, which I already saw you, cocoons. Small rack of twigs may be provided in the trays to which cocoons get attached. Small racks or twigs. Twigs, that means small pieces of wood. Cocoons are getting attached to them. The caterpillar or silkworm spins the cocoon inside which develop the silk moth. Caterpillar or silkworm, whatever we are telling, they spins the cocoon inside which develop the silk moth. Silk moth is developed inside. Now processing silk. A pile of cocoon is used for obtaining silk fiber. The cocoons are kept under the sun or boiled or exposed to steam. That means by any method, cocoons are being heated either in sunlight or in boiled water or exposed to steam. That means to steam them. The silk fibers separate out. In this way, silk fibers separate out and the process of taking out threads from cocoon for use as a silk is called a reeling of silk, reeling the silk. This is the process which is known as reeling the silk. Reeling is done in special machines. Special machines are there for reeling which unwind the thread of fiber of silk from the cocoons. See, as we see in earlier lecture that cocoons are moving in 8-like shape and so that the silk thread is prepared. Now for having this from cocoon, we need special type of machine. Silk from cocoon. Silk fibers are then spun into silk thread and which are woven into silk clothes by weavers. This is the process of having silk thread from silk moth. Paheli is having a question. Paheli wants to know if the cotton thread and silk thread are spun and woven in the same manner, whether the method of woven of silken thread and cotton thread both are same or different. Somewhat at somewhat level both are different. Here your third chapter is already finished. Now we'll continue with fourth chapter in next lecture. Thank you. Om Namah Shivaya.